Ben, this is the PC-21. This is the aircraft that the RAAF is now using for all of its training, and a big advance over the PC-9 that you're previously flying.
Yeah, absolutely. So this is used by Army, Navy and Air Force for ab initio pilot training. So someone that's never flown an aircraft before will step into a PC-21 for their first ever flight as they train up to become an AR pilot in the Australian Defence Force.
And this is really the PC-9 on steroids.
It is, yeah. So the PC-21, it's a Swiss-designed turboprop aircraft. It's powered by the PT6 engine, and it's just a little red rocket. And they'll be using every system on board the aircraft to make their life as easy as possible. But a student that's never flown before, they want to teach them the absolute basics. So, you know, the heads-up display will be turned off. They won't be using the navigation displays, and they'll be learning just with the raw pilot skills.
Now, these guys are all instructors from East Sale.
Yep. Correct. The team are all instructors down at Central Flying School, RAAF Base East Sale. So whilst they get to come out here on weekends and do this impressive roulette display, Monday through Friday they're back there teaching the pilots of the Air Force how to become instructors.
And they've all come from a number of different platforms, haven't they? Can you step us through the team?
Yeah, sure. So Squadron Leader Mark Corrett's Roulette 1, he's an ex-C-130 pilot. Flight Lieutenant Ben Ness, Roulette 2, C-17s. Flight Lieutenant Trent Sherman, Roulette 3, he used to fly the FA-18 Hornet. And then Roulettes 4, Flight Lieutenant Justin Hayter, Roulette 5, Flight Lieutenant Dan Barclay, and there's a lot of fuel that's used to get those aircraft over here.
The tanker of choice in the Middle East.
Absolutely.
Can you tell us what we're about to see here?
Yeah, so ladies and gentlemen, eyes forward, cameras out for the roulette, slide and brake.
Nice.
Now, the roulettes went
Over the top, Squadron Leader Mark Prince will lead the team up for the teeter-box loop.
At work we have a former Roulette 7 on the team, and the boss put out a query and said, all right, how many different roulette and aerobatic display teams have there been? And he named about 4, but there's been about 12. I listed them all for him and he was like, I need to brush up.
Yeah. We just had our Roulette 50th celebration. It was actually the 52nd celebration due to COVID, but it was a really great night to get so many previous roulettes into one room together.
I've been in a room with previous...
People will swap positions, we'll have new team members come into the team. What they'll do is they'll go into a workup, and that's about a 6-week period, 2 flights a day. So a lot of flying, but it's also dependent on how many position changes there are.
Communicating.
And we're here to talk to the public and try and get as many people as we can to sign up. And hopefully this is inspiring for the future pilots of the pilots of the future.
Now, that is a real inverted flight, mirror formation there.
Yep, so that's Flight Lieutenant Ben Hepworth and Flight Lieutenant Dan Barclay, once again the synchro pair.
Keeping up public relations.
Yes, exactly, made famous in the movie Top Gun.
These maneuvers, the guys are wearing the speed jeans, aren't they? G-suit?
Correct, so all the pilots today are wearing a G-suit, which is a inflatable bladder that basically wraps around the legs. As the aircraft senses and pulls G, the bladders inflate, and what that does is it assists with the blood flow inside the body and keeps the blood up towards the heart.
And that's the standard G-suit that's worn across the whole flight jet?
Yeah, that's right. So it's here in the PC-21, so the pilots that are training on the PC-21, if they later on go on to the F-35 or something similar, they're used to wearing that G-suit.
What do we have here?
This will be the roulette heart.
do have a high show and a low show, and that can vary, as we've just seen, throughout the show, depending on whether you go flat.
Yeah, that's right. So it's what we call the hybrid show, and basically if there's a cloud that's going to affect the manoeuvre, they'll make the decision at that point to not conduct the vertical.
About how many Gs the guys are pulling throughout this display?
So yeah, most of the time, most manoeuvres it's going to be anywhere between 4 and 6 G. Some of the higher loads, the rollbacks, which will be coming up soon, that'll be instantaneous, but that'll be around 6 to 7 G.
And for those who don't know, can you explain what a G is?
And sitting up there at about 3 to 4 G.
So they're getting a good dose of vitamin G.
Yeah, you can say that. Yeah.
So I noticed Roulette 7 today is actually sporting a beard. You're going over to the Navy, to the dark side.
No, not quite, never. What we are doing though, Central Flying School, it's a bit of a charity fundraiser for Soldier On, so you may notice a couple of us in the Roulette team that have grown the beards out and put the same beard, and yeah, it's one to the charity there.
Excellent charity. That's a pretty fast read.
It is, so we'll stand here, it's obviously a little bit far away to see, but just watch how quickly he rejoins his formation.
Of course, the leader is flying formation, and the rest of the team are all taking their positions from lead and the others in the formation.
Yeah, that's right, so just flying individual cues, so basically distinctive concept of the aircraft there, just want to make that picture work throughout the display.
CFS is flight training. So what are we about to see now?
All right, so we're about to see hopefully a loop and then into the bomb burst. So once again, cameras out to the front.
The guys on Lead's wing are doing a pretty hard job because they've got to look hard right while flying normally.
Yeah, they're not looking straight ahead. They're looking at the aircraft next to them and flying the visual cues that they want to see so they can maintain that perfect position.
I imagine that would be interesting for your inner ear and everything.